heel. Good girl. This is actually my first time out on the walk with her. Josh has done all the work up until this point with the walk, but I wanted to start taking over about a week before go home so I can start taking her off property. However, I will not take her off property before making sure I can get it on my own street. Okay, that's very important. Don't move too quickly at home. If you can't get things inside, if you can't get them in your driveway, work on that first before you go to bigger and more distracting places. So we're working on our e-collar heel. Okay, notice I have the leash dragging. When you're in your own neighborhood, you'll be holding the leash, but I'm just doing this video to show that all of the training is on the e-collar. Okay, so when we look down at our bird's eye view, the command heel means her head is literally at the level of my heel. Now, if you pretend there's an imaginary circle here, like a strike zone in baseball, her head should always be there. It should never be in a different position. So if she goes too far forward, I click my stim button, which is the black S. If she veers out to the side, too far behind, or goes behind my legs, I use the tone button, which is the T. If her nose goes to the ground, I use my stim. If she gets a wild hair and starts barking, I use my red. But if we keep her in this calm state of mind, it takes energy to raise to get to the level of barking and lunging. She shouldn't do that if she's kept in this calm state of mind. You might get a woof, but that'll be easy corrected versus barking and lunging completely. Good girl. And as long as I have her in this nice groove here, I don't have to worry. We can walk for miles like this. And this is a dog that they had to stop walking completely. She was impossible. The second she was outside, she was barking, growling, lunging, hackles up, and they would try to say no and move her away, but it didn't work. Good girl. The important thing is, when she is in that correct position and mindset, she never feels the e-collar, she only feels praise, and that is super important. Good girl. I really like her calm body. Her ears are back, her hackles are down, her tail is neutral. And you can really tell her positioning is so good based on the shadow, which you'll see in a minute. Okay, that space between her head and my leg. Good girl. I stop, she stops. If I stop and she shoots ahead, press and hold. She needs to be paying attention to when I stop, okay? Good girl. Stay. Be very clear with my stay. It doesn't mean sit, it doesn't mean down, it just means stand there, don't move. If I want to get more specific, I can. All right. Scooter. Down. Good. I like how she's listening to me. This is really good stuff. So when we're practicing our stay commands, we give the command, and then we start to add distractions like movement, distance, and we say NO and click our black S if they make a mistake. If they make the mistake, we click the black S, repeat the command if needed, and then repeat the trigger. Okay? Good girl. She looks super solid. Very nice girl. Let's try a recall. So recall is getting your dog to you. We're going to say COME, which is our recall word, but we're also going to tap the tone here. That's going to beep by her ear. It works up to a half a football field away. And she should come to me and go right in front of me, okay? Come. Good girl. Praise. This is really important to praise. Good girl. Bam. Perfect position. She gets her pets. She doesn't come and jump. She doesn't come and then run away again, and she doesn't shoot past me. Good girl. Now that she's here, we have a couple options. I can go back into my walk. I can put her in another stay, or I can release her. Okay? Let's put her in another stay, and we're going to release her for some free time. Stay. See how clear I'm being with her? There is no gray area. It's black or white. Break. Good girl, baby. Now this is her time to sniff, go potty, be free. What we're working on is thresholds. So we're at the threshold. What's going to happen is when I open up the door, she shouldn't just go busting on in. she's gonna look up at me for permission. Scooter, break, good girl. And then when we come in the house, what we don't want to do is come in and leave her free of command. She needs guidance, okay? So we're gonna come on over here. If she doesn't follow you, you can use the recall, and we're gonna put her on her place bed. Place. She gets on, she should lay down. If she doesn't lay down, you can tell her down, and she should stay there. Beautiful, good girl. And when it's time to do something again, walk, dinner, kennel, playtime, all we're gonna do is say, Scooter, break, good girl.